Good morning. Happy December. It's December. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see what's been happening on my channel recently. We had some stocking stuffers and we had some information about Black Friday, and it wasn't your typical Black Friday video. It was more like you shouldn't shop on Black Friday because that's me. And now we're going into another video, and I wanted this video to kind of encompass using minimal products to get a really pretty, beautiful makeup look. I'm transitioning into not necessarily a no-buy makeup like season or year, but it's going to definitely be one of those years where I do not purchase as much makeup as what I have, you know, in the past, because my makeup collection has vastly grown in the past year, and I have so much that I haven't even featured like on my channel yet. So shop my stashes are like huge right now, and I have a huge stash. And then I also want to dive more into like informational videos instead of like, you know, this is me doing a tutorial, which I do like doing tutorials, don't get me wrong, I like reviewing. If it's a product that I really love, then yes, I will review it. If you guys saw on my channel about a month ago, I posted a video about like what's wrong with the beauty industry. There's too much product out there. Basically, it's just mediocre product that's being released all the time. And every single time that I buy something, it's just to add to my collection in general. So I really like to be able to, you know, use this product but also review it for you if I'm actually buying it to use it. I don't just buy it to buy it. So we're going into a sort of like no buy season. I don't want to buy anything, and I just want to show you guys like how to use what you have in your makeup collection. Like, you don't need the latest palette that just got released, because there's probably a lot of makeup out there that has the same colors or similar colors that can create a similar look. So we're going into this type of like season year, and then if there's anything that you guys really want me to look into, get more information on, maybe test, review, leave a comment in this video below and in every single, you know, video that I post from here on out. So let's dive into this video. And I do have my cup of coffee this morning because it is morning and it's snowing outside. My hair is actually kind of still wet from like shoveling my driveway. Oh, I rearranged, kind of. And I have a little tray that my mom gave me that just has like all of the makeup and brushes that I use like all the time. So this has become my go-to makeup tray that I love to use. We're going to first put on my foundation, and then I actually want to show you guys how to use like minimal products to create a really pretty look. So you don't really need a lot in your makeup collection to create something pretty. So that's where we're going with this. Obviously, I always start out with a primer, and we're using a pore blurring primer from Makeup Revolution. So this is just going to be like a minimal product, minimal time. I was reading Raw Beauty Christie's Twitter. I was reading her Twitter, and she was saying like, how can you guys film in under 40 minutes? And I was like, well, if I know what I'm going to say in my video, I can usually film in under 40 minutes. And the gist of, you know, also my kind of like no buy for this year coming up, 2020, is to kind of reflect on everything that's been released in the beauty industry, and then also shorten my videos so that they're straight to the point. Sometimes there's just way too much going on in them. And we're using the Conceal and Define foundation from Makeup Revolution because this stuff is life. I don't feel very Christmassy with this bright pink shirt, but we will go with it. Now, this is just a tip for you guys. I really do like to take some of a lighter foundation in the Conceal and Define because it has the same exact formula as their concealer, and I really like to conceal under my nose because it gets that way in the winter time. That's something that I've been doing more of recently, is I've been using like a full coverage foundation like this and using it as technically a concealer. If the foundation and the concealer have the same formula like the Conceal and Define do, then you don't need the concealer. Then before I get into anything else, I always spray because this is a matte formula. The Mario Badescu spray is amazing. It refreshes and it's rose water, so it does give my face this like beautiful glow to it. Using this palette, this is one of the things that I do highly suggest is you have some sort of like contouring palette. It doesn't have to be from, you know, Tarte. It doesn't have to be a name brand formula. BH has a really great one. NYX has a really great one. So I do suggest having a contour palette of some kind. This one's just the one that I'm using right now. I received it in a BoxyCharm at some point. It's a Park Avenue Princess. It's just the contouring kit. It smells really good. But then I always take, this is also from a BoxyCharm. Sorry guys, my collection has grown because of Boxy. This is a small Luxie brush, and I always take just the halo and the enhanced colors, and I use this to set my under eyes, and then I also use it to set the lids of my eyes as well. This is an important step because you are not really using an actual setting powder to do this, and then I set my nose. The whole point of this is just to be simple, quick, as few product as possible. And then using the same palette, we have the F14. This is like an angled contouring brush. This is from AOA, Shop Miss A. And then I literally just take this palette and I run it along all of these brown colors, and then I bronze up my face. See how like a little bit goes a long way even with me tapping off the excess? Like, oh my. Yeah. So this palette is superiorly pigmented compared to some other ones that I have seen. BH does have some really pigmented contouring palettes though. I have a Moda brush. This is just a powder brush and it's like denser bristles, so it actually blends this a lot better. And if you feel like the patchiness is, you know, not going away by blending, you can use those other colors, the skin tone colors. And I really just don't want a contour, I just want a bronzed look. Alright, and then we have a highlighting palette. This literally could be any highlighting palette that you want to use. I do have a Pixie Rach Loves collab. That one's actually downstairs in my everyday makeup bag. I use that one more, but I've actually been using this one a lot when I get ready up in my room. It's the Soph X collab with Makeup Revolution, and it actually has like baked highlighters here, and then it has like cream highlighters on this row, and I really like using this palette just when I'm, you know, quick, need to do something really fast with my makeup. And I use the cream side for highlighting my face. It's usually like this brownish pinkish color here, and obviously you just highlight. And yes, I did skip the blush today because as of late, I've actually not really been wearing a lot of blush because I have been finding my face has been super rosy lately. Now you can just use any type of blush. There are some great blush palettes out there. One palette in particular I do suggest if you just want to use minimal product is the Blushing in Bali palette, which I have that one as well. We're not using it today because I don't want to wear blush. I know it's weird. So it's enough glow that I'm comfortable with it. It's not like over the top. I mean, like I said, this is a 5-second routine where you look pretty and you're using minimal product. And then we're using, I'm almost out, Mario Badescu's Aloe Herbs and Rose Water. And then using this same one, we're going to create an eye look. And I love this technique. A lot of people don't really think about it. So if technically besides our foundation and concealer, we have used only 2 products so far. And we are just going to continue using these 2 products. So if you wanted to do a crease in your eye, you can use the brown colors here and you could do a crease look. So I'm gonna have to find my brushes. I just cleaned them. I actually have a new set in there that I got from eBay. Yes, they make really great brushes. I am going to be featuring a things that you find for $1 that are unexpectedly good video. That way you guys can save a little bit of money. See how I save money? So you could take a small crease brush. This one's from, what is it? I always forget their name. Real Techniques. I'm throwing like a complete blank today. So you could take one of these brown colors in this palette and you could create a crease color. The darker it is, the more dramatic the crease will be. So this one has a great variety. Like this one will create something really, really dark. This one is matte as well, and then it has some shimmers in here, but I'm just going to use the lightest matte shade. And you would just do a subtle crease color with this brown shade. See how it's just like super subtle, but it's there. And it took literally like not even 10 seconds to do. There is a subtle like crease color that was with my Real Techniques crease brush, and that was with the Park Ave Princess like contouring palette. Like I said, if you have a contouring palette that, I mean, it doesn't have to be a higher end cosmetic brand. I think even Makeup Revolution makes a contouring palette. To add a little bit of sparkle to my eye, we're going to be using the same highlighting palette, and I really like the baked ones and I liked the cream ones. Depending on what kind of look you're going for, if you want something more glowy, you use the cream one. So I'm using this one here. They don't actually have names. And then I just put this all over my lid. And it is creamy, and I think this palette was like maybe $8 at Ulta Beauty. And then if you just want to build up some highlighting color, you just, you know, I usually just play with the highlights in this palette. I suggest just doing it with any palette. The Rach Loves Pixie collab is another great palette that you can use to like create something super subtle with very minimal product in your makeup collection. I hate that it doesn't have a mirror. That's the only thing I don't like about this palette, is that it doesn't have a mirror. Like, who in their right mind when they designed this, like they didn't put a mirror in? It makes no sense. We have my completed look, and most of it was using the Soap X collab with Makeup Revolution. If I remember right, this was like maybe $8 from Makeup Revolution, maybe a little bit more. I will link all of the products down below as well as the price points, and then I will also link some alternatives that are really good that I recommend. It doesn't have to be the specific brands that I'm using. It can be literally any contour palette, any highlighting palette. And this one I do highly recommend because it is a drugstore and it is also really, really affordable. So I recently lost my brow pen, like what is it called? It's like a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I don't know where it went, and I'm kind of disappointed because it was the best thing ever. It had a brush on one end and a spoolie on the other. I can't find it. If you're not good at eyebrows, this is what I do. I spray. And before I let that dry, I actually just comb my eyebrows up. This is how you can get your eyebrows to set in place because they are wet. And it makes them like and then just mascara. That's all you need. Mascara. If you want to put on a little bit of black eyeliner, gray eyeliner, whatever kind of eyeliner that you want. I mean, it makes it simple, but this is minimal. Minimal, but it's beautiful. Lash Princess mascara. This one's my ultimate favorite go-to. I replenish it all the time. It is $4.99. It is the really good mascara. So minimal looks, and then just lips, which usually I put a chapstick on because this isn't like something super over the top. You could put a gloss on, you could put, I just use a chapstick because it's winter. I need my lips to be moisturized. So I just chose, you know, a bright lipstick to match my shirt. I'm not Christmassy at all today, even though my room is set up more for Christmas. Here we have everything. My hair is a mess because it got wet in the snow. I used my Revlon deep waver on it, and I do have a video on that. Go check it out. I'm actually going to be redoing that one for short hair so you guys can kind of see what it looks like when it's actually not like matted down and wet. Right now it's kind of like all over the place, but it still looks kind of cute and bouncy. So I wanted to show you guys a tutorial on how to style a bob style haircut with the Revlon Fond Deep Hair Waver. Stay tuned for something on my channel when I get around to it, you know, because mom life. And not Christmassy at all, super bright, super colorful. But I hope you guys liked this kind of like minimal product tutorial, and I will leave in the description box below the things that I did use today, and then I will also leave some like alternatives that are, you know, if you're strapped for cash or if you just don't want to spend, you know, I think that the Princess palette, the contouring palette from Tarte Park Avenue Princess is like $45, and I got it in a BoxyCharm, which was like $21, so definitely worth my money in that aspect, but I would never spend that much money on a contouring palette when I can find drugstore alternatives that are just way better. So yeah, we have lots coming to my channel, lots. And things are going to be changing a little bit, more informational, less like reviews and buying, more like using only a few products to create this gorgeous look. I will be doing in-depth reviews of like maybe brands that I've tried. I do have one that I want to create for Deco Scarlet. I do have a couple of follow-ups, and I hope you guys like the direction that my channel is taking. I'm trying to be more me, more informational. So in any case, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below, subscribe, hit the like, and I want you guys to also hit the bell because then you'll know when I'm posting more things on my channel. Like this video, give it a good thumbs up. If you guys really enjoy things like this, let me know, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell, and make sure you get all notifications so you know when I like actually post on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.